to the Pantless podcast. And now your hosts, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. Hey, Austin, how's it going?
Man, I am great.
Hey,
How are
Austin,
you? Hey,
what are you doing right
hey,
now? What are
hey.
you doing? What are you,
I'm
are
talking to
you
you.
ready?
I'm
Are
talking to
you
you.
ready?
I'm talking to you. Are you ready?
Season 3, episode 3 of the Panel Podcast
Yeah.
starts right
Meow.
now.
Meow. Larry Bird,
Now,
33, season 3, episode 3.
yeah,
All right. So, what's
yeah, I'm
going on, brother?
excited.
I'm excited.
Man,
We've got
freaking,
there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. A whole
heck yeah,
bunch.
NFL Draft was yesterday.
Yeah.
Bored me to tears.
Yeah.
God
It
dang it,
was.
I watched all 4 hours of the first round yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Who did you guys end up getting? I saw you didn't get the Tulsa guy. But he went to.
No, he went to Arizona,
Yeah, he went
which
to
that kind of gets
Arizona.
me excited.
So
We got, God dang it, I can't ever remember his first name.
we got
Davis.
we got a guy, a linebacker to shore up our defense.
No,
So,
you guys got a defensive end.
you know, whatever. I think he's a linebacker. I think he's a linebacker from Penn State. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
So
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misread that. But yeah.
Dallas picked up Micah Parson. He's considered an inside linebacker. In the draft, they were calling him a defensive end.
Whatever.
Nobody could decide what the heck he was.
Yeah.
Jamin Davis from Kentucky, linebacker.
Oh, somebody from the great football school of Kentucky. Yeah. Good job, Washington. Good job. Good job.
I watched some of his stuff. Amazing.
You mean the clips that they hand selected just to make him look good? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not going to be like, now look at these 10 worst plays of him falling because he's like, I'm playing for Kentucky. No, Kentucky was really good this year. They really were. They were surprising.
Yes,
so,
there were a lot of teams that were a lot of good this year. And I don't understand. Like, a lot of the teams that normally aren't that good were good this year.
Right. But you know what I did notice? Because
Illinois or Indiana went undefeated until they hit frickin' a
brick
wall.
Indiana was looking really good. And then they pushed Ohio State to the limit. Like, they took – it was a – I was pretty excited.
I lost, and it was late in the season, wasn't it?
Yeah. Indiana looked really good, and they're never any good.
BYU was good again this year. Of course, they had a stud quarterback that went
number 2, right? He went number 2.
Yeah, yeah. Zach Wilson went number 2. Zaven Collins, a kid from Hominy, Oklahoma, played for TU, was picked up. And I was just looking at it. Number 16 overall, went to Arizona.
That's pretty cool.
I'm excited for
That's
him.
pretty cool. A local boy. I like it.
Yeah. I'd have to research it, but is that probably one of the highest TU players ever drafted?
It has to be. It has to be. And we saw history. We saw the highest picked up wide receiver. There was a wide receiver draft number 5. There's never been a wide receiver drafted that high. And then there was a wide receiver drafted number 6. And you know what was funny about that one?
5 and 6.
That guy, he played for Alabama, and he wasn't even that Ridley kid that was the Heisman hopeful. It was like, who is this guy? And the same thing happened with quarterback 1, 2, and 3. That Ohio State guy never got picked up.
Jalen Waddle was picked 6th overall from Alabama, and it was Devonta Smith from Alabama that won the Heisman. He went 10th overall.
Oh, that's what Smith. Who's Ridley? Am I living in the past? Who is Ridley? Was he a couple years ago?
I think he might. Yeah, I think he was a year or two ago.
But yeah, so.
But yeah, Devonta Smith went to frickin' Philly.
And then what happened with that kid from Ohio State, that quarterback from Ohio State that was all big and bad? He didn't go 1, 2, or 3, and those were all quarterbacks. Okay.
Chicago traded up to 11 to pick up Fields.
Chicago did?
Yeah.
So is Big Red not going to play? Is he done, Mr. Dalton? Is he?
Probably, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
He'll probably be the mentor on the sidelines. Freaking Mac Jones from Alabama, quarterback from Alabama, fell all the way to 15, where New England picked him up. New England's got him a quarterback.
Man, Alabama quarterbacks never really do much.
They suck.
Yeah, Tua's actually he could be decent. He's in Miami, but
he's got to prove something.
Yeah, he's got stuff to prove. He looked like he had potential last year. In terms of Alabama quarterbacks, he's the closest to showing in their first season that they actually might do something. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
They picked up his former teammate in the number 6. So maybe they got a little chemistry right there. We'll see what happens.
What's that? Who are you talking about? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They picked it. But the one that surprised me was, if I'm not mistaken, the running back from Clemson. Yeah, Travis Etienne.
Yeah. Yeah, what'd he do?
Jacksonville picked him up in the 25th pick.
Ooh.
So now Trevor Lawrence,
a quarterback and a running back.
Trevor Lawrence and his star running back that was like the best. Like I think he broke all the ACC records,
which isn't hard to
do. Well, as a running back, it is, because you've got Georgia Tech in the ACC that all they do is run the ball. They're a triple option.
Yeah.
So but all that aside, Jacksonville's got. Now I've got some other news I heard about today. Jacksonville picked up Trevor Lawrence and Etienne, who played together 4 years together in college.
Yeah.
And guess who is going to be trying out at tight end for Jacksonville here in the next week or two?
Oh, I saw Tim Tebow.
Tim called Jacksonville. Because guess who is coaching?
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer, his old coach.
There you go.
I heard that. I was like, let's go. Let's do this.
I despised Tebow when he was in college, obviously, because he took out my Sooners in the national championship game. So I kind of had some beef with him. But I have to give that kid credit. All he did was win. Even when he was like a quarterback that nobody in the NFL wanted. Like nobody wanted him. When he played,
one season,
he won games. But people were like, I hate this guy. I don't want him to play. And so, but whenever he played, he won. He won.
You know why he wins, right?
Because he's got heart.
Because his best friend is Jesus.
Oh.
That's I guess Jesus' best friend is Tim Tebow. He's like they're tight.
Right. God's like, hey Jesus, will you do the dishes? And Jesus is like, no, I gotta go hang out with Tim. I'll get you later, God. I'll get you later. I'll get those dishes later.
I got this.
Tim called me.
So I was like, hey, I stopped everything I was doing, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch the NFL draft. I'm gonna do this. That presentation is so damn boring.
Yeah.
Well,
and I want to know, why did the first? I get the presentation and everything, but Jacksonville was on the clock basically the entire. They got like 8 minutes to pick. You should know who you're going to pick number 1. You've had weeks to figure it out.
Team has
why are you
10 minutes?
Why are you going to sit there and make a decision after 8 minutes that I guess we'll go with Trevor Lawrence? You should have known that like 3 days ago. You had the number 1 pick.
Lock that thing in like 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, they should have been like, okay, we're going to start Jacksonville's time, and Jacksonville just said that they've picked. All right, we'll end it. Let's get. But I guess they do need time to they got to press that jersey with the person's name so they can hold it up, and
should have already been done.
Yeah, they could have done that. They could have done. So I can get the other teams, but yeah, Jacksonville.
But
don't do that.
Every pick, for like the first 10 picks, they had too much to say before, because they'd have to stop what they were saying so the commissioner could make the announcement. Well, once you started they made a lot of good points all the way up through about 20.
Yeah.
And then after the 20th pick, they were either like Goodell would come up and make an announcement, and then they'd go to commercial.
Right.
They'd come back from commercial, they'd say like 2 sentences, make a pick, commercial. Make a pick, commercial. Make a pick, all the way through till the last pick. Yeah. It's like once they got so far, they're like, well, we got nothing else to say.
Yeah. Yeah. They had a pretty good idea who was the first few going. They had some stuff lined out with them, and then after that, they're like, let's just cut to commercial. Let's make that money. We don't.
So, did you watch any of the early? Did you catch the first couple picks and the pre-show before?
No, I didn't see the pre-show. I just saw the first few picks.
I may be out of touch from most music, but I'm pretty sure they drug up a relic of a band that I didn't realize that was even relevant anymore. To start singing songs that was live there in Cleveland.
Really? I didn't catch that. Who'd they pull up?
Kings of Leon.
Okay. Relic. That's for you. That's super new. What are you talking about, Relic?
Well, but I remember like what 5, 6 years ago they had that uh use somebody or whatever the hell that name of
Yeah.
that song is.
You know that
That's the
I could
song
use
that's what,
somebody.
yeah. Well, we're yeah.
Now we're getting canceled.
Yep. Can't well.
Demonetized.
No, we're not we're getting claimed. Yeah, that was the first song they played. I'm like, wait, are they still writing that hit? Have they not wrote other songs?
I haven't heard anything from them since then, so. Oh.
That's the only song I know from them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow. But overall, good draft. I don't know who else. I don't know who else has all been picked. I didn't really pay attention past. I was gonna watch some tonight, and I was like, screw it, I'm not doing this. Let's see who else got picked. Well,
Yeah, I was pretty stoked. I was pretty happy with Dallas. They
so
usually are
Dallas,
pretty offensive heavy. They'll go for linemen or something, but we struggled on defense, and they were like, we're gonna pick some defenders. That's what we need.
With the 44th pick, Dallas picked Kelvin Joseph, cornerback for Kentucky.
All right, that amazing Kentucky D.
Yeah, that football heavy college Kentucky.
Yeah.
Washington picked up offensive tackle Samuel Cosme from Texas.
All right, let's see what happens. A Big 12 kid.
That sounds.
That's what I like. I like when a team that I don't like picks up a player from a team that I don't like. That makes me happy because that just makes me really root against them. I'm like, I hate the Longhorns. I hate the football team. Not going to say it. I hate the football team. So I can really hate this kid.
Cleveland picked up JOK from Notre Dame, linebacker from Notre Dame.
That sounds like a fake name. JOK. No.
Jeremiah Owasu Koramoah.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
See, my take is I hate Alabama.
Yeah.
And I hate Ohio State.
Yeah.
But my football team can pick up every player in the draft from those two colleges because they produce the best talent.
Alabama is good with running backs and usually their defense. They get quarterbacks that put up numbers, but their quarterbacks do not produce. So
I will take an entire defense full of Alabama players.
Yeah.
Especially down line and safeties. I mean,
yeah.
That's Ohio State's the same way. Down linemen,
right.
Defensive linemen from, or even offensive linemen from Ohio State and Alabama.
Right.
I mean,
they put out stud running backs like Ezekiel Elliott, right?
Yeah, but you don't want to pick them up in the first round normally. You want to wait. The only problem with Alabama and Ohio State is that most of those players only play 1, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Because they're so stacked. It looks like Kansas City might have picked up the first OU player.
Oh, yeah?
In the draft.
Who'd they pick up? Who'd they get?
I'm trying to see if that was the first. Because OU and OSU didn't get any. Nobody got picked from.
Not really. OU's bringing back most of their players. So OU's going to be really stacked in college this year because they didn't lose a whole lot to the draft.
Is it pretty backwards that the only Oklahoma school that had a pick in the first round was Tulsa?
I wonder. I would like to look up the stats. Hey, Jamie, can you pull up the stats on that? Because I want to see if that's
you might have to
the case.
That stat'll be right up here.
That would be awesome if we could pull that up. Yeah, let's pull that stat up, and then I will put it up there. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
if this is the first time, or it probably is the first time that a TU player went higher than an Oklahoma or an Oklahoma State player.
I know that's probably a truth. The first Oklahoma State player was picked 7th or 39th overall in the second round.
Okay.
7th pick in the second. Tevin Jenkins, Oklahoma State offensive tackle.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know where that OSU wide receiver went.
Yeah.
Hey, there's an Wow, North Dakota State had 2 picks in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, they had the number 3 overall pick.
Well, their offensive tackle went to. They had an offensive tackle go to Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, Creed Humphreys, center from Oklahoma, was the 31st pick in the second round, going to Kansas City.
All right. Well, Mahomes needs some protection, so maybe he'll get a little bit with that.
He did after that Super Bowl thrashing.
Yeah, I felt really bad for him. He tried his hardest. I'm glad. I hope. I would love to see Mahomes do something. I want him to win like 8 in a row. That's what I want to see.
You want to see who win?
Mahomes. I want Mahomes to go down as the hands down greatest quarterback of all time. Like no conversation about it. That's what I want to see. I just like him, so we'll see if that happens or not.
Okay, so here is the Wikipedia. Oh wow, Zaven Collins was picked 16th overall in the first round. Steve August in 1977 was drafted 14th overall to the Seattle Seahawks. He was a guard.
Okay, who went ahead of him?
Got
Did any? Look at the 1977 draft and see if an Oklahoma or an Oklahoma State player was drafted before that. That would be something. Or you, I guess I could probably.
Well, I'm still seeing if that was that. They've only had Glenn Dobbs was the 3rd overall pick in the 1943 draft.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
To the Chicago Cardinals.
Who was the number 1 or the number 2 pick in that one? Because that one where Tulsa had the number 14 pick, Oklahoma State had the number 12 pick. He went to the Bills. Phil Dokes. That 1944 might be the last.
Did I say 44 or 43?
I
said 43.
Okay, 1943.
You could see how the NFL has evolved. The first pick was the Detroit Lions, picked a running back from Georgia. Philadelphia Eagles in the second pick took a fullback from VMI.
VMI? What is that?
Virginia Military, I believe.
All right.
Yeah, Virginia Military Institute. And then Glenn Dobbs was the 3rd pick.
All right. So Glenn has that record.
A running back, a fullback, and a tailback, and then a quarterback was taken 4th. I don't even see anybody. That draft had like nobody from OU. That's the highest. That's the highest any TU player's ever been drafted. Was 3rd overall, so he didn't break no records.
Yeah, so that's 3rd. That's pretty high. 3rd overall is pretty high.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. Let's come up here because I was trying to think. When was Gus Frerotte? What? I know Gus Frerotte was a. Oh, never mind. Gus Frerotte was a 7th round draft pick going to Washington in '94.
7th round.
His wide receiver went to the Kansas City Chiefs in the 3rd round. There have been a lot of TU players drafted.
Yeah.
When did there he is? Steve Largent was a 4th round pick to the Oilers. I thought he drafted higher. He was the other one that I thought was gonna. That was the old Dave Rader. You remember Dave Rader, don't you?
No, I do not.
He was TU's. He was probably before Todd Graham. He was TU's most successful coach.
Okay.
He coached them all the way through the '90s, but he played for TU in the mid '70s. I know a lot of weird TU stuff. I've been following him since high school. My dad used to take me to TU games back in middle school, back in the late '90s when they were just absolute garbage. The company my dad worked for gave their employees free tickets to TU football games.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I would take free tickets to TU games.
Yes, please.
Anybody out there?
When the college season starts up next year, we need to go.
Let's do it.
So let's jump into this movie.
All right.
Let's jump into our movie review because wow.
Retro movie review.
Yeah.
This one's for you. You know who I'm talking about.
You know who you are.
Your movie this week. I talked to you today.
Did you tell him we were going to review his movie?
I told him we'd found it, or you had found it, and people need to stop suggesting movies that I can't freaking find on streaming. I'm too dang lazy to put a DVD in the freaking DVD player.
Right.
I want something I can watch right here on the old cellular device.
Yeah. It was that. It wasn't easy. It took me a long time to watch it today. But
that site was sketch. It kept popping up weird stuff, telling me I was out of data and I had viruses and I had to restart them. I think I got like 20 or 30 minutes in, and I was trying to close the subtitles off, and it freaking took me to an antivirus website, and I'm like, you stupid thing.
You need a better browser. That's what you need. You need a browser with anti pop-up blockers or an anti pop-up program. One of the two.
I was watching it on my phone.
Yeah.
And I just clicked on the link in the messenger that you sent me. So it was playing it through a website through Messenger.
Oh, okay. That's weird. But anyway, we watched Logan's Run. We watched Logan's Run because somebody said you should watch Logan's Run. And we said, you say something, we'll try our best to watch it. And even if we went to a sketch website, we found it, we watched it. What did you think of it?
Totally. It's 100% 70s.
Absolutely.
Did you recognize the main star, Logan?
I recognize him, but I still can't remember where I've seen him from. I know I've seen his face. I know I've seen his face. But when I picture him, he's older. He's older, like significantly older. So
you want me? I'm just gonna blow your mind.
Was he a president in the movie or
Austin Powers?
Was it Austin Powers?
He was Basil.
Basil
in Austin. He was the British agent that Austin Powers had to, like, when they thawed Austin Powers out in the first movie.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's where I went from.
As soon as he came on screen in the first scene, I went,
yes. Okay.
So that means I've seen 4 movies with this guy in it.
That's
all 3 Austin Powers in this one.
That's great. Okay, yeah, that's exactly where I know him from. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
And just a disclaimer for anybody who decides to try to find this movie and watch it, there is rampant nudity in this movie.
And it's just weird. It's like
it's oddly placed.
Yeah. It's just like it's very British. That's what they did back in the 70s in British movies. You just have like random nudity, like you don't even expect it. It's just like, oh, there's something, okay, and that's it.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. And it was the main girl, like 3 or 4 times. And you're like, oh, there it is again. Then there was the whole when they finally got out, and there was that whole line of frozen people.
Yeah.
And it's all the dudes were like frosty.
Yeah. You
could clearly see all the chicks.
The upper half of the ladies. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What the hell here?
Yeah, that was.
They say, hey, let's take our clothes off before they freeze. She shucks down completely, and he just takes his shirt off. Never even takes his pants off, and you're like.
And then 3 minutes later, they put those clothes back on and then keep moving. So it was like he was just like, "Let me see if this works." It worked, and he's like, "All right, let's go."
What do you think of the robot box?
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved when you could, like, he was opening his mouth, you could see his lips and his teeth.
You could see the skin underneath.
Yes. Oh, that was awesome.
The whole movie was just so cheesy and.
Yeah, I loved it. They were like
flashbangs every time they'd shoot the gun.
Yeah,
it'd shoot flames at the end.
Yeah, it was like somebody. Yeah, it was just like, like right there, and it was like that's exactly the thing that you saw the people that were getting renewed, and they're like, those people aren't dying. They're getting flashbanged with the same stuff that your guns are shooting out that you use.
They're exploding.
Yeah, every day you kill one of those runners, that's exactly what's happening to those people floating in the air. And you don't question that. That's you. What are you doing? It's like, okay.
That person looks old.
Yes, he was my favorite character by far.
Oh, the old man.
The old man.
The crazy cat dude.
Yes. He just like would randomly just start rhyming. It was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Oh, I loved it. I loved him.
We was-
I'm glad he lived. I was really afraid he was going to die at the end. Oh, spoiler alert! If of course this movie is like 50 years
No.
old, so I
I'm
think
not worried about spoilers.
I think we're past that. He
Yeah,
lives. He lives, and I was really happy.
Here's the deal. If we're reviewing retro movies, I'm gonna talk about the ending,
Yeah.
which made no sense to me. I guess I missed something at the end. I guess I got distracted because all of
No,
a sudden they just swam under, said, "Hey, your world's a lie." The city starts exploding from inside, and they all run out and start touching the old man's face. And it ended. The movie went off.
Actually, you have to remember Logan broke the computer, and when he broke the computer, then the buildings exploded because the computer was in his mind, and they were like,
yeah.
"Hey, Logan, where's the sanctuary?" And like he was like, "There isn't one," and the computer's like, "Does not compute. Ask again." "Hey, Logan, where's the sanctuary?" And he's like, "There really isn't one," but he's not saying it. His mind is saying it because they're like sucking his brain out, and then the computer.
Technically, all the people getting frozen, was everybody escaping and getting frozen by the robot?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think they were escaping to the sanctuary, but nobody ever found it. It really didn't exist, and that robot was freezing them for food.
It wasn't like a society of escapees. It's like this movie makes zero sense.
And then See, I understood because back then, the narrative was we were going to be going into an ice age very soon. So this was like post-apocalyptic. Okay, we already hit the ice age, but then
did it hit the ice age?
But that's the thing. It was only frozen on like a little bitty circle in the whole world. That little bitty island was frozen, and they were just right next to Washington D.C., which was like just beautiful. Okay,
it was funny because I'm like, oh, they're in Washington D.C. That's weird.
Yeah, it was like a Planet of the Apes move.
Yeah, it was, and like, I guess they didn't have a budget, very high budget, because I guess they used all their budget for the city, that they didn't have any other people outside. They only had the old man and his cat and his 37,000 cats.
Yeah.
They had all three. They had three names.
Yeah. I love that one. Yeah. That was great. They had their human name. Their fancy name.
Guess the third name. You can't guess it because only the cats know that name, and they will never tell. That is the funniest thing ever.
Oh, I loved it. Yes, that was great. That was great.
All cats have three names.
Yeah. They have their regular name, they have their fancy name, and then they have the name that you will never know.
You'll never guess it. Never.
Because only the cat knows.
Even our people listening on podcasts will never guess.
Yeah.
These cats' third name.
Yep, never. And if you try to guess, you can just go for it. If you say Percy, wrong. Just wrong.
Wrong.
You're automatically wrong.
Well, that could be his fancy name.
Yeah, it could absolutely. Yeah, there was probably a Percy, Harry Percy or something.
Well, there was what was the one that he went off on that was?
Didn't he have a Thomas? I thought he had a Thomas or something.
He had a Thomas. He had a Henry, a Thomas, and then he had a. Gosh, what was the other one? Because he shortened it.
Oh yeah. Oh, what was that? I don't remember. Oh, but
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't remember. But
all right,
it was great.
I'm almost afraid to use Common Sense Media on this one because this one.
I would love to. What's the Metacritic say? And if you can't do if you can't do Common Sense Media, let me know because mine should have reset by now. Okay, you got it. Okay,
it's my last one. I'm after this one. I'm out again.
Okay, so then next week I'll start and I'll do my 3, and then you'll jump back in. And
so last week I was looking at all like the highest rated movies on Metacritic. And, like all the old movies were like in the hundreds.
Yeah,
the hundreds highest.
Yeah,
this one only scored a 53.
So it's only half as good as Casablanca.
Honestly, yeah. 9 critics gave it a 53 overall, and I would agree. I wouldn't give this thing any higher than a 60.
I enjoyed it. I mean, but I'm one of those weirdos. I enjoy movies. It had so many plot holes, so many that if you're a critic, I get it. If you're going to critique the movie, there are so many things to critique. So many.
It's the first movie I've watched in a long time that was on rails. If that makes any sense.
The camera
Like
was?
no, it's just the plot, the story was on rails. There was no diverging out. There was no explaining the world.
Right.
There was no world building. There was no these characters are doing it. No, it literally followed him.
Right.
The computer really didn't give him much. What was the computer? Who was running the show?
Yeah, you never found that out either. Yeah.
Here? What happened to the world? No, it was he questions life at the very beginning in the nursery. The idiot friend freaking smacks the glass and almost gets him murdered. That was funny. Yeah. Francis. And then they go and watch a bunch of people die in a freaking fancy show.
Yeah.
They go kill some guy.
Yeah.
And then he goes to turn in the stuff, and the computer tells him, you need to leave and go find sanctuary.
Yeah.
So he does. And it's like...
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know why do the runners think those people are dying? Who's the one that put that in their head?
Yeah,
you never find out. When did Logan decide that he wasn't on a mission anymore and that he started believing them? When did that happen? Like he was like playing both sides the whole time. Like he was like, I found all these people, I'm gonna alert my buddies, and then my buddies come in, he's like, oh wait, why are you guys here? And then he starts shooting them. It's like, you're the one who called them there. Why are you killing them?
Well, that made no sense either. But who were those when they got down right before it got raided, who were those people?
They were just like the lost boys almost. I don't know what they were.
Because they all had them by these weird spear things. They kept shooting mist in their... Yeah, what was up with the cathedral, too? With the children? Is that where they keep their misfit children?
I think misfit children just end up there, and then if they get too old, then they end up getting killed by all the other misfit children. But the whole thing was bizarre. It was bizarre.
That's where all children go, and when they hit a certain age, they get moved up into society, and their little palm thing could change its color.
Maybe, but Logan told that kid that if he didn't leave, he was going to get killed by all those other kids when he came of age. If you
stay too long in the cathedral, the children there will kill you.
Yeah.
Freaking weird.
But once again, no explanation. Zero.
Yeah, none. Just story moves on.
Yeah.
Forget those kids. Let's move on to the next thing. And it's like, wow. The movie just and I will give it credit for moving forward. There were no slow spots in the movie.
That's true.
They got a lot done in 2 hours.
Yeah, it did not. It was no Mr. Holland's Opus where you were just like this movie. I was really surprised with how fast it went by, despite the fact it was 2 hours, and I was sitting there watching it, over a span
Mr. Holland's Opus
10 hours.
Felt like a 4-hour movie in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Where this one was like 2 hours. Like I had like 10 minutes left in the movie. I'm like, wow, have I been watching it this long? 10 users gave it a 6.8, so not much better.
Still not bad,
but
not terrible. That's probably what I would probably give it a 70, 75. It was entertaining. It had a lot of plot holes, but I was entertained.
It had a bunch of what now?
Plot holes.
Oh, because it had a lot of the other thing I thought I heard you say too.
I don't know what.
Not really, but
okay.
It probably could have and should have. So let's go to Common Sense Media.
I'm excited. Did they actually review this movie?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
Positive messages.
Positive
messages. 1 out of 5.
There you go.
Movie's premise and storyline ultimately question our society's preoccupation with youth and remaining forever young. Nobody in the society, when you turned 30 or 31,
I think something like that. Yeah.
You would get reborn.
Yeah. AKA murdered.
Yeah.
So you didn't even know you could get old.
This is crazy. Positive role models and representations, not present.
Not present.
But it does have some, it says, characters spend their free time engaging in casual sex, getting drunk, and cheering during the rituals that end the lives of those who have turned 30. And to think people nowadays only do and my wife did this, and I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. My wife bought a small cake that you buy a 1-year-old, a smash cake.
Uh-huh.
She bought that when she turned 30 and took it out in the yard and acted like a 1-year-old and smashed it and did like weird things for her 30th birthday. That's a thing. I didn't know it.
I think she just told you it was a thing because I've never heard of that.
Before that, no. Ask around. It's something that kids are doing these days. It's weird. But yeah, when in this dystopian society, when you turn 30, someone kills you.
Yeah, someone
who's running the show.
Yeah, it never actually It never even shows a leader. It never.
No.
You don't see
never shows any kind of government.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You just there's one because you have people that kill people that try to escape.
Him and his buddy are they're what's called sandmen.
Yeah,
and their main job is to kill runners. If anybody tries to run, they kill them. They don't even try to arrest them. They just straight up murder them.
Yeah,
and then they spray that stuff on them and they just disintegrate.
Yeah,
right in the street.
Yeah,
it's weird
with no explanation.
And I guess,
and they almost tried. He almost tried to question it one time, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't need to question it." It was he tried to develop some kind of story. He's like, "Now, why are they running? Don't worry about why they're running. Just kill them." Oh,
he was Logan 5.
Yeah,
and the other guy was like, what was his name?
He was like Francis 6 or something, right?
Francis 6, yeah. So does that mean? And the one girl was like a 2.
Yeah,
the girl that he falls in love with. She was, what was her name?
Jessica, I think, or something.
Yeah, Jessica 2. So for some reason there was only one before her.
Right. Yeah. How do they get their names? I don't know.
They were looking in the glass at the very beginning, and he was looking at Logan 6.
Yeah.
And that was his seed given, artificially to
right
artificially birth.
Because they would just hook up randomly with people, so it was like a daily thing for them. They would just like cycle, and then you would like jump into a portal, whether you're into dudes or chicks, and then somebody would pop out your portal, and that was who you hooked up with. And then
that's not how they did the breeding.
It wasn't? Oh, I thought that's how it happened because they were like they said they didn't even know. He didn't even know who the mom of Logan 6 was
because it's almost like a sperm bank kind of thing.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, because they all had like breeding tubes. Like the egg and that just goes into a machine, and then the children are born.
Okay.
They don't have mothers and fathers.
Okay.
That's why they say they didn't know their parents. They weren't raised by parents.
Right.
Weird movie. All right, violence, 3 out of 5. Some sci-fi violence, laser gun shootouts. They weren't laser guns. They were like pop guns.
Yeah.
With a lot of, because there was no, when it went off and there was a flash in the muzzle, then it just explodes somewhere off in the distance, and there was no
there was
projectile shown. It was weird.
Yeah.
It says laser gun shootouts, explosions, characters who don't want to die after they have turned 30 try to escape. The lead character works as a sandman, someone who helps to track down and kill these runners. Put you to sleep. Here's the one I'm curious about, and I'm surprised they only give them this. Sex, 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I figured this would have been a 5, a full. Some female nudity, breasticles. In this future society, characters engage in casual sex during their free time. Orgies.
Yeah.
There was the sentence ended and then said that word.
That's hilarious.
Like, language. Oh, really? Because I got to thinking there was no language in this.
I don't remember any language.
You got a 1 out of 5 because they said hell.
Really? I don't remember that.
I don't either. Consumerism not present. Can't even click on it.
Yeah.
It's so far in the future. I mean, the ads are probably shot straight into their brains.
There is
drinking, drugs, and smoking. 2 out of 5. One of the lead characters entertaining Logan's place of residence appears to be drunk as he stumbles in with a woman on each arm. Then he threw that globe thing.
That was why it got a 2 out of 5. Is because that guy appeared drunk.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess I guess it's hard to really call it to really say there was drinking because they were drinking out of those beakers some weird fluid, some future fluid.
Yeah, for all we know, that was
So,
all they ever ate, and that's how they lived. Who knows?
but when Francis comes in, he grabs that orb and throws it up against the ceiling, and that mist comes down.
Yeah,
That was probably some drug,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that was some kind of like love drug.
some hallucinogen.
They were like, "Woo, party!" But yeah,
So,
so yeah,
oh man, it was a good movie. It was good. I enjoyed it.
yeah, it was entertaining.
I'm
Thank
I'm
you
a
for the
weird
suggestion. Appreciate it.
yeah.
Anybody else? We haven't had another suggestion, so we're going to be able to
No,
randomly. Are we going to pick one of those fancy movies, or we just what do you want to do for next week? Since
what do
nobody
you,
gave us a suggestion, like
what fancy movie?
like a Metacritic top 25.
No, I'm not gonna do any of those
Okay,
because we already know the score on those. We can't really check a score,
right.
you know.
I guess that's true.
I had a couple movies in mind, but I'm having troubles tracking them. I'm having troubles tracking down some of the movies I want to do.
All right. What are they?
So, um, I because it's movies I want to watch. I think I have both of them on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking. Have you seen A Beautiful Mind? Russell Crowe.
I've seen the first half of A Beautiful Mind, and that was in high school. So
I had that movie on VHS in high school, and I watched that movie at least twice a week through high school.
I'm
Like I'd fall asleep watching it.
I want to watch it. I never got to finish it. I was super intrigued. I say let's do it if you want to do
It's
it.
a fantastic movie. My other suggestion was another Russell Crowe movie from a little bit newer, and it was Master and Commander, Far Side of the World.
Man, I'm trying to remember if I actually watched that or not.
It's
can't remember if I've seen it.
It's another long movie. It's got Russell Crowe and Paul Bettany, which Paul Bettany was also in A Beautiful Mind.
Okay.
Beautiful Mind had Russell Crowe, Paul Bettany, Ed Harris, Jennifer Connelly, and somebody else that I can never name. And I think a lot of the same cast that was in A Beautiful Mind was also in Master and Commander. I don't think Ed Harris was in Master and Commander, but both. I like those older Russell Crowe movies.
Yeah, he put out some good ones back in the day, man. Good ones.
I was trying to find. What's weird is if I had extra money, a lot of these movies you can buy for not too bad on Amazon Digital.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful Mind sounds good. Beautiful Mind sounds good.
Is it on anything? So let's go ahead and music. Go ahead and add Kings of Leon. Somebody use somebody, whatever the name of that song is.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and add that song to
the Spotify playlist.
Heck yeah.
The
let's go ahead and do
Pantless
that.
playlist. Let's do it.
Anything else you've been listening to? Oh, I got one. Yeah.
I don't think so. I did have I don't know if I told you about that. Did I tell you about that Lil Huddy song?
Yeah.
Did I? It was like
I
super
think so.
sad. Okay, because that's the only one I could think of that was like super sad. I usually listen to music on Fridays, and I just didn't today. So that was the last one.
I didn't listen to hardly any music this week because I've really been jumping heavy into my audiobook.
Yeah. I was
So
behind. I was behind on some podcasts, so I was playing a lot of catch up on podcasts and didn't really get into any kind of music. So if anybody has any suggestions on stuff they want us to listen to, let us know.
Hey,
Oh,
hey! I got good news, boss.
all right, good news.
A Beautiful Mind, free to stream on Peacock.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Do you have the Peacock app?
I do not have the Peacock app. Peacock. No, I don't. But I can get it because if it's free, it's for me.
Yes, it is. I watch quite a bit of stuff on Peacock for a while, and then I always forget that I have that one. So I'm like, oh, what can I watch? You know, I'm always looking specific movie, and I always forget to check Peacock. So yeah, if anybody listening wishes to watch this movie along with us this week, download the Peacock app. Not sponsored,
right?
And I think it makes you sign in, like make an account.
So I need a.
It's free, but I think I just signed in with my Google account.
All right.
But because I have it on Roku TV as well.
Yeah, if it's on
Oh, sure,
Amazon, then I should be able to watch it. I could probably find it on my TV.
Ron Howard is in A Beautiful Mind. Anybody remembers who Ron Howard
He's
is?
in it, or he directed it?
It shows he was the director. Okay, it shows that he was also in it. Yeah, he was a extra.
Oh, look
Man
at
at
him.
Governor's Ball.
That's funny. Now I'm going to be looking for
He
him.
directed. He was also the director. I always forget that he did a lot of big name movies as
He
a
does,
director.
yeah. Basically, once he left Happy Days, he pretty much was just.
But in the comments down below, tell me. I don't know what you. I don't have anything to give you if you win it. Tell us what he was in before Happy Days.
Oh snap! When he was but a wee child,
But a wee little boy.
a wee little kid. they'll just jump on Google in another tab real quick, and then.
No cheating. No cheating.
This has to
No
come off
cheating.
the top of the dome. No cheating.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I forget he was. I honestly, every time I see him, I think of the first thing he did, not Happy Days. I always forget that he was in Happy Days.
oh man, no.
And now he looks like a weird person, but that's just me.
We're getting canceled. That's
If you look at him, he did not age well. But I was thinking, what other music? I was gonna tell you about an hour before we started recording. Man, I started playing this new game. I actually bought it on Steam right before I started playing it. Weird game. Let me pull up the. I don't make sure. It's called The Long Drive.
The Long Drive. Okay, is it a semi truck driver game?
No, it's not a truck driver game at all. You're stranded in the in a desert. It's like an endless desert game, and you start in a house with a randomly generated car and a randomly generated world that's endless. It says there's no out of bounds. You can go as far as you want, but you have to manage fuel. You have to make sure your car stays. You keep water, oil, and gas in your car. There's mutated rabbits that will attack you and kill you in one hit.
All right.
I haven't ran into one of those yet, but I just read about those. And it's mouse and keyboard controls, so when you're driving with the keyboard, it's janky. You're all over the place. But you have to go scavenge through like houses and find stuff and upgrade your car. And
how much is this game?
I think I paid $12 for it on Steam. It's still in early access. It's been a game I've been wanting to play for a long time, and I was like, I'm bored. I'll play this tonight.
I'll have to look and see if I can see some gameplay footage or something. You should record some gameplay footage and post it to our YouTube show, sir. How's that sound?
I mean, I could.
That would be fun.
I could start a fresh playthrough, which I'm like, because I think there's like a couple different cars that you can randomly get when you start a new game, and I just so happened to have got the car that I wanted.
Right.
In my first playthrough, I got the station wagon that has more storage in the back, and I found a trailer. I'm like, heck yeah! Can I attach this? Yes, I can.
There you go.
So, I might look into recording. I'm gonna do some extra recording tomorrow.
That would be fun. We could have our little gaming with Gert segment, but like we can talk about a game, and then you can play it for us for a while, and we'll follow you, and I'll watch it on the side during my downtime. And then on our show, we can talk about it. I'd be like, "Hey, that was really funny how you ran over that little rabbit."
Yeah, I plowed into I actually like plowed into one of the rabbits at like high speeds, and freaking wrecked. I tumbled over, and all the barrels in my trailer went flying.
Oh my goodness!
Freaking killed that fucker, but almost killed me at the same time.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, if you guys want to see some just obscure games played, comment down below, like this video. Let us know. I could drop a few, maybe 1-2 videos a week.
I agree with that, but why does the fact that I want you to do this not have any weight? Like, why do you want these people? Oh, okay. I was like, I want to see it.
And if you have any suggestions,
oh, okay.
I'm trying to engage the audience, Austin.
I know, but like, I want this. Like, I really want to watch. I want you to put out games, and I want to watch them. I'm really curious. I would love to see these. I want to live vicariously through you because I don't play as many video games as I would like to, and so you have that opportunity.
I tend to play very boring games that I've thought about recording, but I'm like, nobody wants to watch me play Farming Simulator for 13 hours solid.
There is probably somebody out there that would.
Not to, I will admit that I'm subscribed to at least 3 YouTubers. That's the only game they have. That's their channel is Farming Sim 19, and I watch like almost everything they do.
That's funny.
There's one guy that does role play series, and it's hilarious. He's a British guy, so he's just hilarious.
That makes it better. Yeah, it's funny. So yeah.
Okay. On good news, up to 15 subscribers on YouTube. Keep it up.
Keep it going up.
Heck yeah, we've gained 1 since the last time I checked. So,
all right.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, keep telling your friends. Keep telling your friends, and we are going to start giving you more content, more stuff that you can hate us for.
If you really don't want to see these beautiful faces, come find us on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, Spotify. I got a hate text earlier this week because I was kind of pooping on Spotify because only 25% of our listeners are on Spotify, and one of those Spotify listeners decided to text me and was like, "Hey, Spotify is not that bad." So, if you want, you could go over to.
Got a message from a viewer,
from a listener. No, I didn't.
God dang it, Austin.
So yeah, it's a thing. So you can hop over to Spotify. I have Spotify. Like I said, we got a playlist on. We have a playlist on Spotify. So, you could listen to our podcast and then immediately jump over after you're done listening to us, and then rock out to some of the music that we talk about.
Heck yeah, because hey, if you can find our playlist on Spotify, let me know because I can't find it. I follow our channel on Spotify, and it never will show me the playlist. It'll only show me season 2, episode 5.
That's hilarious. Well, if you look in the description of this show, we have a link to our Spotify playlist. You can click it. If you watch us on YouTube, you can click the link in the description, and it will take you there also. So whether you watch us or listen to us, just click the link. It'll take you right there. Don't worry about searching it. I know it's confusing with whether you put the S in there or don't put the S in there. Don't worry about it. Just click the link. It'll take you right there. And then
come follow us on Twitter, the Pantless Pod 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to start dropping a tweet for our episode every Monday afternoon because I can't do it Monday mornings because I don't have access to this account on my phone.
Well, you need to get access, sir.
Oh God, yeah, that's work, and I've already got Twitter, my personal account on my phone. I don't want to confuse it. I do work Twitter on my computer and personal on my phone. I'd separate them.
Okay.
I don't want to frickin' mix them up, and I already get our YouTube stuff mixed up from personal to this. So trying not to watch weird videos.
I know, I've done that. If you see tarantula videos popping up on our YouTube channel, my bad.
I saw there's some weird stuff in the suggestions, and I think I spent like 4 hours watching weird videos before I realized I was on the wrong account. I was like,
"That's funny."
I'm like, why am I not subscribed to any of these channels? because I'm on the wrong account.
That's funny.
I'm an idiot.
But yeah, we would love the interaction. I hear people talk about people out there in the real world. You know who you are, but you're like telling me about all these things that we should do. I'm like, tweet us, leave a comment, do something that will like set it in stone. Interact with us virtually.
Yeah. Hey, did you watch our last episode? Yeah, I watched about 20 minutes of it. It was an hour episode. You didn't even get to the part where we talked about what you wanted us to talk about.
Yeah.
You gotta watch the whole thing.
Yeah. Interact with us. Do some digital interaction. Rate us, review us, like us, subscribe to us.
Dislike us.
Yeah, give us thumbs down, give us 1 stars. Just do something. But get involved. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope that we start seeing some other videos getting uploaded pretty soon. I want to see some stuff. I want more content, sir. I want more content. The Pantless podcast doesn't do enough.
I've honestly just been lazy.
See, that's the problem. I'm too lazy to do anything more than what we're doing too. So
because I was supposed to have already recorded some video, some audio. It hasn't happened, so eventually we'll get some of this done. So, you got anything else?
I don't think so, man. I think we're good.
So,
let's call it. We'll see everybody next week. We're going to be reviewing A Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've been ready to watch this. We started this movie in the 9th grade in an Algebra 1 class with a substitute teacher. And the next day, so we got through about half of it. The next day, the teacher was back, and that movie was over. And I was like, I was enjoying this movie. Why can't you be sick 2 days, Mrs. Faulkner? Why can't you be sick 2 days?
So inconsiderate.
I know. Ms. Faulkner, if you're listening, I really appreciate you. And I'm glad you weren't sick 2 days. If you were sick 2 days, I would have been sad. But I would have finished A Beautiful Mind, and I would have been happy.
It's a very good movie about math and schizophrenia.
Yeah.
That's as much as I'm going to say.
All right. So, we'll say that for next week. That's it. We're good?
All right, yeah.
Later, peeps. Bye.
Bye.